Okay, so we're trying something else today. I used only the mid-size curlers. I've already steamed it. I actually steamed it 2 days ago. And I want to reheat them, see if that helps it. They're curled down and up and kind of like a flippy kind of deal. We'll see. We'll see. We're doing a lot of things today. But let's go. Making sure my girls are still in the shirt. My recording stopped for some reason. I haven't been going for 30 minutes, so that's not good. We'll check in whatever that means. Okay, I think that that's gone long enough. I'm gonna let it sit in it. I don't have to worry about it dripping because I didn't use steam this time. Boop bop. Okay. My desk is warm. What we're also here to do is it's the day before Christmas. And Kaleidos is on TikTok Shop. And so I got, and it was like $15. So I got another Space Age highlighter hard drive. So this is Skywalker. Dry. Nice. I have to slip back my edges so that they don't get caught in the wig.
I don't like those. I don't care about Wilson, but Wilson's back. He calls Mary because his parents are out of town and he's going to prom that night and he needs someone to babysit his son. The little boy, little boy. He's taken another girl out to a dance, you know, when Mary, I'm good in a tux. Mary is super cute with Billy though. It was fun watching her interact with Billy. We are going to have such a good time, aren't we? Wilson leaving prom early because he was just not having a very good time, and he goes back to hang out with Mary instead. So Wilson has been reintroduced and looks like there's tension again, unfortunately. Now the other part of this episode is so intense and so sad. Lucy has had a really tough time this season, and it's about to get worse. At the beginning of the episode, she's talking to her friend Sarah, and she ends up meeting Sarah's older sister, Jen, and they're both super cool. Jen especially is really friendly and kind. Sarah and I are going to speak tonight. You want to come with us? Really? Of course. I'm kind of sad, but we learned that Jen just got her driver's license, and sometimes she lets Sarah drive when Sarah's 14, but she's stuck in. My theory about Dean is that he has a very heavy facade going on. Like, he is just never what he thinks he's never telling the truth to people. We get a few glimpses of his true feelings.
Stupid Americans.
Yeah, let's talk about the fact that he smokes in their house. Lucy's trying to flirt with Guy, and he's like heavily flirting back.
What do French men consider to be the most beautiful part of a woman?
The eyes, the women's eyes, on the windows till I saw.
Oh, it's so Tumblr, and his accent is so bad. Guy invites Mary and Lucy to go to the pool hall. Then he starts hitting on Mary.
I thought it might be just the two of us.
Maybe tomorrow night?
Yes, tomorrow night.
Ooh, while they're at the pool hall, Matt shows up with the dates, and turns out this girl actually went to Paris to study abroad for a bit, so she knows French, and she and Guy hit it off immediately and just start talking in French to each other, and the rest of the kids are just sitting there, so Matt ends up just leaving the date with Guy and takes his sisters home. While the older kids are away at the pool hall, Simon and Ruthie go through his stuff and find his cigarettes. They've heard stories from people before about how they had smoked a cigarette when they were really young, and it was so disgusting that they never touched one ever again, and they decide to do that intentionally.
You smoke enough to get sick, you'll remember it the rest of your life. Exactly.
They're like, this is our chance. We're never going to get another opportunity to do this. We need to get those cigarettes in our system so we will never want to smoke again.
If you're old enough to smoke, you're old enough to like yourself. I'm not allowed to play matches. You're not allowed to smoke either, Einstein.
So they talk themselves into this, and Simon and Ruthie, I don't think they smoke an entire pack of cigarettes, but they try smoking cigarettes and they get sick.
We never should have made these things cause cancer, you know. Oh, it got me to light up in the first place.
Also, in case you were wondering, their dog still perfectly understands English, so that's super fun.
You better go get Mom Girl. Please, Happy, go get her.
Oh yeah, we've got to talk about the internet.
Welcome to the World Wide Web.
The technology of dial-up internet has been introduced in this episode, and Simon is teaching his mom how to use the chat room. Eric is at the church on his computer trying to write his sermon, and he's on the chat room, and while Simon's teaching him how to use the chat room, they end up finding each other. Simon sets up what's supposed to be a private chat, but it's not private. He didn't do it right. Annie and Eric basically doing foreplay in this private chat. They're like sexting, and there are these two other kids just lurking in the chat room, watching them basically sexting through the chat room. Oh, it's so funny.
No wonder they got killed.
Sally, Uncle and I miss you.
Your membership expired. Click to renew.
LOL, Sally, watch this video.
Sally, the city has been cleared. Click the link to track.
McAfee Plus is like using a lie detector to alert you if a text is a scam. Get all-in-one protection with McAfee Plus.
They never figure out that this happened. They never put two and two together, even though Eric references the fake
The French in French. Alright, time for... Brown. Feeling very nice. A lot of good. Brown smoky eye into a crease cut crease. A star surfer. No, not half. Oh. This one's a little more champagne-y, but it chips pink.
Making out hard at the end of this episode. Back to Pete, because this isn't over. After Eric discovers that Simon and Ruthie got into the cigarettes, he thinks that he gave the cigarettes to the kids, so he rushes over to the pool hall to find Pete chatting up with Matt's date, and he pulls him away from Matt's date and sits down to have a conversation. conversation. And he just like tells a completely different narrative that we were not seeing.
Both Mary and Lucy think that you're interested in them.
I was hoping maybe to get some advice from Mary and Lucy. That's all.
I think we're supposed to assume that that is actually the truth. It brings her in and asks if we can keep her.
Hey, look what I found. Can I keep her?
She's a dog. She's not. The girl has not spoken a word to anyone, and so Simon thinks that she doesn't talk, and also he believes that she isn't clear. He just knows it. He can feel it in his bones.
I'm sure she knows. I can feel it in my bones.
But Simon is acting weird and possessive of this girl. Like, it actually made me very uncomfortable how possessive he was over her.
So if no one plays, can we keep her?
Yeah, you're on the net with her.
I would.
That's sus. That's so sus. He says other stuff like that. He lures her into his room with candy. He also says this.
You can stay here as long as you want.
Eric takes the police station to tell them they found the dirty orphan girl. When a man who's not in his right mind stumbles into the police station and makes a loud
Oh my god, I know.
And yes, this man even found the father of the child. Simon checks and turns out her dad is just as possessive over her as Simon is.
And also because I learned some new projects actually started to build along with
Nobody's gonna
well, okay, the situation was there was a crochet pattern that went viral for
Understood by
like the star
everyone
was
that
7
her father
Several
is
people,
not
myself
fit to be
included,
a
had
father.
difficulty with the
Apparently
way
he
that
has
this
been
pattern is
using
written.
her
Now that I've
as a
done multiple rounds of it, my
crutch
first
and
belief
also as a
is the
method
stitch
to get
count
food.
is not off.
I could not find her.
And they even get backstage passes. This does not go over well though because Lucy is mortified when she finds out that Smokey is actually just a crazy lady in a
All of a
costume.
sudden, I heard this loud meow. It sounded like a cat was peeing, so I started looking all over the place as fast as I could. That was getting worse because I could not find her anywhere, and I had looked for a long time.
Everything like that she very sabotage.
It sounds like it's coming from behind the stove. And I was panicking that the cat was probably stuck behind the stove somehow, or stuck in the wall or something, and I didn't know what to do. I tried to call my friend, but her mailbox was full and she wasn't answering the phone. I decided to call the fire department, the non-emergency line, to see if someone could come over and help me, like, move the stove to see if the cat was back there. They were really nice on the phone and said that since they didn't have any emergencies at the time, they would send over a couple firemen.
Alright, Eric, let's hear what you have to
Over, I
say.
heard the
Why should
meow
I
again,
and this
and I was
6-year-old
sure
girl
it sounded like the
believe in
cat was
God?
stuck in the
I'll
wall.
hear you out.
The fireman finally came over and they went in the kitchen, and I'm sitting here in my mismatched pajamas, and I probably look like a real lunatic. But I explained the situation. I said, it sounds like the cat was sort of in the wall somehow. And one guy's like, well, have you tried calling them by name to see if they come? I said, well, I'm not a dog person, and as far as I know, cats don't come when you call them by name.
Yes, they do.
He goes, well, let's get some more
So
food and
maybe
just
Eric
put it
kept
in
up
the
with
dish and shake it a
another
little
major
bit to
part of
see if
this
they
episode
come out
is
from the
about
wall.
Matt
The three of us are standing there and shaking these
Dude
little
from
food
church
dishes.
comes up to
And
Eric
all of a
and
sudden, behind
he has
us,
got
we
to
hear
Matt to
meow.
ask my
When we
daughter
turned around,
to prom.
there were the two
Apparently
little
the whole
cats. They had
school
come and we
knows that
called
Matt
them.
has
Well, I
not
was
asked anyone
relieved.
to prom.
And as I was
Everyone's
getting
freaking
ready
out
to
about
say
it.
goodbye
He's
to
the
them and thank them
hottest
for
shit
coming
at his
over,
school.
we heard
Anyway,
a
this
meow
dad
again.
is like,
And the one
just
fireman's
ask
like,
Matt and
yeah,
says
that
that
does
your
sound
daughter
like...
You just sent Matt off to the prom with the high school crush. I mean, that's one way to put it. Connie has a bit of a reputation for sleeping around, and this time it's not a fake reputation or rumor. It is in fact true that she has slept around with it. We learn this as she's talking to Matt at the dance and afterwards. She essentially has an internalized misogyny that she can't get by in this world without doing everything that men want her to do, which is why she ended up, allowing her body to be used many times. But she and Matt, while they're at the dance, they actually hit it off really well and have a great time. They're like making out or something, and there's a point where Connie stops her and she's like, I think we should be done, and Matt's just like, oh yeah, sure, I'm just gonna for sure, but not for me. So that is a bit of a nice story. And at the end too, Matt has like another really good time with people by sitting around. Yeah, we don't see her for the rest of this season. I kind of hope she comes back in the future. I definitely think his dodge can do the best trick. He does this audition like 5 times, and he ends up getting put on TV, but they just put the audition Sometimes it's only a audition on TV.
and sometimes it's so dry that the same place. I can definitely see a difference between the right and the left. The little lines on my right palm aren't as visible.
It ends up being a really bad
I have a
thing.
singular white eyelash on one of my eyes that grows really quickly and gets so long that it closes my next eye. I need to cut it every couple of months to make it short. What's something that's not right about your body but not serious enough to go to a doctor about? One, sometimes I'll have one random hair that grows out of my arm and the consistency of plastic is almost clear.
Yeah, they need to
My mom gets it too.
She's almost like
It's
a
just
little
one hair.
Veruca Salt,
Two,
and her daddy
my
just
left leg makes cracking
spoils her.
sounds when I
Dad
walk upstairs.
promises that he's
I'm only
going to
20
go
years
get
old.
that dog
Three,
for her because
there's an
it
indent
did
on my
in
right
fact
foot where a
used to
horse
be her
sat on.
dog. But
I
that's
never
to
went
be
to a doctor
continued in
about
the
it,
next
and I assumed it was
episode.
broken.
It's a
But
two-part.
it's
Going back to Mary and Wilson, since they're back together,
experienced something
there's
called
part of this
exploding head
episode where
syndrome,
Billy,
which is
so 22, opens up with Grandma Ruth, and initially I thought that they had recast her.
I am packed my special occasion style. What time is graduation?
But no, that's her. It just turns out she dyed her hair and she's been acting extra perky. No one's called that to the first season if you didn't catch that. And she both size boys when they have the long hair. Can you explain that to me? At least I didn't have to see Grandma Ruth until the last episode of the season. I am grateful for that. Lucy in this episode breaks up with Kenny. She thinks he's too good for her because the only other guys that are interested in her are kind of scummy. That's not something I expected to see. Matt gets a phone call from Hillary Clinton because that's the job. It was the serious job that he got in NBC to work for Hillary Clinton. And I'm starting to think they might be right. This show is definitely a lot more liberal than a lot of Christians out there.
Jennifer saying, I can't stand him, he's so pompous.
The girl that wanted her dog back from the last episode, her dad comes and tries to get the dog. He brings a lawyer with him and does successfully take back the dog. But Happy just runs away and
But it's alright, it's okay. I'm gonna teach you how to use it. So you don't end up looking like a fool and giving everyone false information, which that's what this is, by the way. It's categorically false. US entities can and do sue Canadians all the time. It's something called cross-border litigation. There are actually lawyers who make their living off just that. But it's alright, it's okay. What I need you to do now is take up the
Just say it gets competitive. So naturally, I asked 5 different Cyanide alumni if they wanted to join me, and they said yes. And if you at home want to play with us, you can go to the description. There will be a link to the bingo board. Wait, let me get closer to you, along with the fun link at the top of the description. This is scary. Now, without further ado, let's get Santa. Which Cyanide alumni are joining me on this fun bingo adventure? We got Alex and Dylan from the video. We got Casey from the Furry Art video and our band Echo Point, and along with Aiden and Izzy from the Bottom Left video. Everyone clap them on. Our fun bingo board hosts iconic tropes such as main character only, big, awesome, kiss, kill count. Yes, there are kill counts in these movies. The entire town is here, and everyone claps along with Who the Fuck Is That? Just absolute holiday classics. You know, now to formally be crowned the winner of Bad Christmas Movie Bingo, you have to get
You can tell which side my face to sleep on. These times it's like, should I run it? Or should I follow instructions?
We're on the ball and pinpoint the systems that are keeping regular people oppressed. And very easily, somebody like the accused, Luigi Mangione, turns into a Frederick Brennan. That's the lesson I want you to learn in this video. If we're going to talk about the radicalizing impact that disability, chronic pain,
completely and lied down right beside me. I froze for a minute. Then, I realized she was just too tired to worry about where she was and soon was snoring. I contemplated what to do. If I woke her up, it might wake up my sister, who would wonder why she was in my bed with no top on. I gently nudged her. No response. I got up and went to the bathroom, hoping maybe she would realize she was in my bed and get her top back on.
So I put on way more under eye powder than normal. Because I've been kind of interested in like the really bright under eye look recently. So I'm just really excited about that. And like, I also watched a video of mine from back in March that I was editing for Magnus. And I was absolutely enamored with how I did my makeup at one point. And so I took some of the bits from that and added them here. And I just liked it. Okay, I'm gonna take the curls down on my head again. Are you here? Yes, you are. Some tweezers. I like making them curly. It's fun for me. And an archive of how I felt. Okay. Should run another spackle.
Both in fiction and in real life, and I love that the acknowledgement section has a list of Indigenous scholars who worked with J. Courtney Sullivan to sort of help shape the narrative of this book and help shape the powerful history that life will finally learn about.
Do I need to shake you more? Cool, can't wait to deal with that in a couple hours. Am I still frightened of the wig? Yes. Am I determined that the only way to stop being frightened of the wig is to just get better at laying it? Yes. I'm not 20 anymore. Yes. Hi. Where are you heading to? I don't even think it's on the thing properly laying it. That is a problem for me once I am barely even being held on.
For your best buy. Find gifts for your best buy at Saks.com.
Despite an incredible showing from Christmas Manger, no one has a bingo yet, so we moved on to Signed, Sealed, Delivered for Christmas, which had about 22 minutes left and started on a great frame. To crackers? To crackers? What? You can't say it. Sabrina Carpenter. The portion of this movie we watched is insane because our probably protagonist needs to find a stand-in for Jesus Christ himself for their Christmas program that they are performing in a mall. So naturally we go to a hospital. Are we gonna take the baby? Perfectly, but the second I want to watch
a fun and free place.
Random Action Christmas, we can. So I did like 5 minutes of troubleshooting with all my friends telling me to just go back to live TV, but I refused. I also hijacked my own game. You know what? Fuck it. Mark product placement because we had to watch 5 minutes of troubleshooting.
Yeah, honestly, I agree with that.
Anyways, I finally got this stupid movie working, and it was only somewhat worth the hassle. Like, we got a few bingo slots. Like, we landed on Santa showing up in the background. We had this awesome monitor with generic music, fake snow, kill cat.
I'm kind of curious to see how it's gonna fare with the roll forward. Because I feel like a Spice Girl. That's fine, honestly. This is fine. This is acceptable for me. Okay. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Megan_Blush_. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Blue Sky, Lemonade. You can find me most places like that. Yeah, alright. Bye guys. Bye. Bye my pretty birds.